Um, Good morning, one and all. Today we are going to see on the topic of the medical mechatronics. Today we are going to see on the topic of human anatomy and physiology. Anatomy and physiology are the two of the most basic terms and area of study in the life science. Anatomy refers to the internal and external structures of the body and their physical relationship. Physiology refers to the study of functions of the structure which represents the human body actions, and followed by the cell and its structure. An animal cell is a type of eukaryotic cell that lacks a cell wall and has a true membrane bound nucleus along with other cellular organs. The cell is composed of several parts including the plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. The plasma membrane is a thin layer that separates the cell from its environment. The cytoplasm contains various organelles such as mitochondria, ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. The nucleus contains the genetic material of the cell which is responsible for the controlling the cell activities, in which the various parts represents for the various actions of the human body. For example, the mitochondria is the energy house of the cells, and ribosomes which process the cellular activities and those reactions of the cells, and the cell membrane which protects the whole cells, which protects from the other cells from interacting, and also nucleus is the main part which gives the life to the cells, and how the cells and the structures of the formed. A group of molecules, atomic molecules which form a cells, a group of cells which forms a tissue, a group of tissue which forms an organ, a group of organs which forms an organ system, a group of organ systems forms a human or a living organism. So basically all the living things are from a molecule, based on the molecule and tissues, and to form an organism. And how the organism is acting and resting, it can be defined in the action, resting, potential, propagation. Action potential is the electric signal that is transmitted along the axon of the neuron. What is a neuron? A neuron is nothing but numerous number of nerves forms a neuron. For example, brain is a numerous number of neuron to form a particular organ. The propagation of action potential occurs when the electric charge reaches a threshold and it triggers the opening of voltage gated ion channels, whereas the resting potential is the electric charge that exits across the cell membrane when the neuron is at rest. Propagation of an action potential. An action potential is an electric signal that neurons use to communicate with each other. It is a brief and rapid change in the electric potential of a neuron that occurs when a threshold level of depolarization is reached. When a depolarization occurs, the positively charged ions such as sodium flow into the neuron, causing a voltage gated ion channel in the cell membrane to get open. This process triggers the propagation of the action potential along the length of the neuron. The speed and accuracy of the action potential propagation are enhanced by myelin, which wraps around the axon of the neurons and acts as an insulator. Myelin prevents the electrical change from leaking out of the neuron and allows the action potential to travel more efficiently along the axon. Once the action potential reaches the end of the neuron, it triggers the release of a neurotransmitter which transmits the signal to the next neuron in the circuit. This process is critical for communication between the neurons and many functions of the nervous system, including the sensory perception, motor control and cognition. In simple words, the propagation of action potential is nothing but how a body is how a single object from the human body is moving. For example, how we can walk and how the finger is moving is based on the action potential of moving from one place to the another.